So on Holy Saturday, I came to the office to feed my cats. I saved someone. Oh, what? Hi, Gabriel. Then I had this call on my phone from a land number. Usually I don't pick it up. But then there wasn't this suspected scam alert that prompted on my screen. So I decided to just pick it up and just be quiet and hear what the other side says. Then the caller went, "Hello, is this Rafi?" Then I was like, "Raphael?" Then she was like, "Yeah, are you the owner of Raphael?" Then I was like, "Yes." So end up the caller was from VES hospital. They needed Blackie's blood to be donated. So this is the first time it happened because Blackie's blood is type B and it's quite rare apparently. Then I told the hospital if the owner of the sick cat is willing to cover my transport, I'll be happy to donate blood from Raphael. So they called me back and said the arrangements had all been made. So a Grab will be coming to pick you up. And I was like, okay, I'm going to pack Blackie into the cat carrier. All this time, he was meowing non-stop. He was so scared and all that. So when I got to the hospital, they said they needed more blood tests to be done in order to make sure that the donor and the recipient's cat blood can match, right? So I waited for like maybe 1 hour or so. Then they said, okay, we're going to take Blackie in. Then I was like, okay, bye. The hospital is on a class of its own. They even have free coffee for you to take, and it's good coffee. Then about 1 hour later, they came to say that everything's okay and they'll be taking Blackie in. And then they said that the whole thing will take about 4 to 5 hours. At the point of time, it was already 1 o'clock. Then um, I figured that I may not be able to make it for Easter Vigil Mass. If I pick up Blackie after 5 hours, send him back, and then I make my way down for Mass, I'm not going to make it in time. So I left him there. So I went for Mass in the church nearest to the hospital. The hospital is at Stevens, and then obviously by Brown Line, the nearest parish would be Upper Thomson Holy Spirit. So what I didn't know was that Easter Vigil Mass at the Holy Spirit comes with baptism. So the whole thing, 10:30, I rushed down to the hospital. It's 24 hours, by the way. However, but unfortunate thing is that the wee night hours, that was so hard to get a Grab back. No Grab driver wanted to come and pick us up. Because of the shift change, the vet nurse gave me the contact number of the owner of the sick cat. So the sick cat is called Katie, and the owner's name is called Agnes. So we chatted for a bit, and then I told her that Raphael means God has healed. So I'm pretty sure. So I said, with faith, let's believe that God will heal Katie. However, Katie had this strange illness, quite rare, and she was in the hospital for about 1 or 2 weeks at that point of time. And then they said the last attempt was they needed blood transfusion in order to see whether it can improve anything. That was like the last ditch. So the miraculous thing was the next day, Katie, the sick cat, started to feel better. Then she continued her stay in the hospital for a few more days just to ensure that she was like totally fine. Then they discharged her soon after. There was like some miracle or something. It was just like the blood from Raphael saved this sick cat Katie. Quite strange, like nothing else. It wasn't like, I don't know, some drug or something. It's just so strange, right? So Katie is discharged from the hospital and now resting at home, recovering. For 2 weeks, she wasn't eating, and finally, after receiving the blood transfusion from Raphael, she started eating a little bit. She'll try to escape from her little confinement place to steal food from other cats. So I think it's really miraculous how God has worked. And I hope that this whole experience helps Agnes, Katie, and anybody who's listening right now to believe that God is real and God really loves you. God saves. So he was very upset. He destroyed the bag the next day after the blood donation. Yeah. The donation is actually quite dangerous. They had to take his blood from his jugular vein, which is pretty intense actually. Then they had to, from what I researched, is that they have to take his blood and then they will mix it with anticoagulants and then they'll slowly drip it into the recipient blood. Hello, Blackie. If you can see, the patch here is bald one because they had to shave him down. Sorry, Blackie. So they had to shave him here and take his blood. So, good boy. Blackie, how do you feel about donating blood? Oh man, don't do that to the camera. You're gonna spoil. Ah! Blackie, no! Oh. Allergic to my cats. I'm the sailor. What? Thank you for listening. Bye bye.